We need to talk about some outrageous predictions for 2023. We need to highlight some economic news that is big next week, especially in housing. We need to recognize that there are 4 trading days left in the year. And folks, we just had $42 billion taken out of the market. Some tax loss harvesting. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about 2023 Q1, what that might look like. We're going to talk about Mark Zandi, the chief economist over at Moody's, and what he is now saying about housing. And then finally, we are going to have a conversation about a rolling recession. Folks, a rolling recession is very different than what we experienced in the COVID recession. Also very, very different than the 2009 recession. So these are things that we need to talk about. So let's get into it. Today is Monday, the December 26th, and this is your financial news. So there is a bank, a Danish bank called Saxo, S-A-X-O, that put out a report with some outrageous 2023 predictions. I thought they were interesting to look at. I will give you the kind of 10,000 foot level. We'll talk about each because I think it's important to see how they might tie together. First and foremost, the outrageous prediction is that the global economy will transition to a war economy. Now, when I saw that, it obviously felt like to me that once again, the media was trying to grab our attention. So I dug in, and really what a war economy, again, according to this kind of discussion, is it's a countries become self-reliant. And, we move away from kind of globalization. So this is something that you and I have talked about actually quite a bit on this channel. I agree with it. And I believe one of the things that my call for wage inflation for most of the decade, I think I've said at least 5 years, is because more and more countries, the U.S. included, will move to manufacture more self-reliant. So I agree. I think that is something that is coming our direction. Next up, they talked about gold going to 3,000 plus. Actually, I don't even know if I have any. I think I have 1 ounce of gold. I did have a bunch of gold and silver during the Great Recession, which I traded and actually bought some homes or houses. But again, they're calling for gold to go over 3,000. And actually, one of the more interesting calls in this outrageous call by, again, Danish bank Saxo was that Britain will vote to un-Brexit. I have to chuckle at that. It seems like just yesterday they were celebrating Brexit, and now a call of un-Brexit. Now, just for clarity, they had fun putting these predictions together. They give all of these less than 10% chance of happening, but I thought it was something interesting for us to look at. Next up, the week ahead. The week ahead is actually rather light as far as economic data goes, but it is housing heavy. Folks, we get on Tuesday, we get the Case-Shiller and the FHFA housing price reports. Let's not forget that these will be, I chuckle every time I say this, I have to say. It will be October data. Seriously, it's December 26th. It will be December 27th tomorrow. And we're talking about October data. This is crazy. But that is what it is. It is always this late. I suspect that the Case-Shiller index will once again show a decline, right? Coming off the top, which I think was June. It might have been July. The one to watch, the one that I'm watching is FHFA. The reason I want to watch this one is FHFA actually showed price increase last month. Yes, folks, FHFA, a more complete review of the country, because again, Case-Shiller is generally speaking 20 markets, very kind of East, West Coast heavy. FHFA is a much more in-depth review. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to look at FHFA tomorrow and see if prices went up. Wednesday, pending home sales. Pending home sales will be interesting. You know that I believe we are putting in a bottom for housing. I believe one of the reports that will come out kind of fuller validating that is on Wednesday, pending home sales. They'll be bad. They'll be ugly. But you will see clearly in the data, the rate of change is lowering, reducing. And that is how bottoms are formed. Last week, you saw that we called 4.08. It came in at 4.09 for sales. And again, these are, we are really close to the bottom. I think the bottom is sub 4 million, kind of like 3.9, 3.85, something like that. But we're almost there. Once again, housing is is bottoming as we speak. And then Thursday, folks, jobless claims, jobless claims, jobless claims. You and I need to watch this every week. I expect next week or this week not to be any different. We'll be in the low 200s. But I agree. January is going to be interesting. I do think there is some retail and technology and finance layoffs coming. I think there's a bunch of pain coming to tech and finance. And I think there's a lot of companies that will give notices in January, perhaps February, basically not wanting to be the Grinch at Christmas. So again, we'll be able to watch the data every Thursday together. So we will do that. Next up, 4 trading days left in the year. Folks, if you want to do some tax loss harvesting, you have 4 trading days left. Last week, investors pulled $42 billion out of the stock market. That is a 1-week record. Also, I believe it was $20 billion in bonds, but I don't know that I didn't write that down, but I remember it being $20 billion. Pretty bad week. Lots of hope for a Santa Claus rally. And folks, if you've been waiting for my discussion with Dan Bird, it will actually happen today, right? The stock market is closed. We did not want to talk on Christmas, but we will talk today. So you can look for a Dan Bird video coming out later today, probably at 5, probably at 7 Pacific, just to whet your appetite. We will talk about the Santa Claus rally. I will highlight for you that the 2018 Santa Claus rally happened in the last 3 trading days. So fingers crossed, maybe Santa is just late or hungover or whatnot. But we will see, and we will certainly ask Dan that later. When we look at 2023 and Q1, I think this is very important. I think generally speaking in the stock market, there is pain ahead. I think there's, as I've said earlier, more layoffs coming. We will see. I think stocks are adjusting to earnings expectations. And I believe in Q1, this is important. I think we get the last 2 Fed rate hikes. I believe we get a quarter on Feb 1st, and we get a quarter on March 14th, I think. So again, very, very interesting. We got to talk about Mark Zandi. He is the chief economist at Moody's, and he has basically said that he thinks U.S. existing home sales have bottomed. Mark, welcome to the club. I'm glad you're here. I am sorry you're late, but yes, I agree with you. I believe that's true. Did highlight that mortgage rates, folks, are down 6 weeks in a row. Fun fact: 6 weeks in a row of mortgage rates falling haven't been done since 2008. I find that hard to believe, but that was cited in the article, so I'm going to trust it. But yeah, 6 weeks in a row, rates are down. Mark is saying that he expects rates to basically average between 5 and 5.5 in 2023. So rates today, last time I checked, average 6.3. We have more and more evidence that folks are getting rates sub 6, and I think sub 6 is important. Redfin is highlighting that active listings are down 33%. Folks, this is why we're not seeing the price crash. The demand curve has adjusted. The supply curve has adjusted, and you just can't get this rapid fall of prices. And it's why I think John Burns and their 20 to 22% call peak to trough is wrong. And we'll see. Again, I love and respect what John Burns and the entire team does. But I expect in the next 4 to 6 months, John Burns will change his opinion. I think they've gotten too negative and extrapolated data incorrectly in this occasion. But we will see. Did you know, week on week, inventory is down 3%. If you watch this channel for any length of time, you know I have a dollar bet with John Wake in Phoenix. We made this dollar bet at the peak of the sellers. John was saying that inventory is going to explode into the end of the year, and I said, I don't think so. I think you're at the peak. So we will see in about 7 days, 5 days, if I got $1, and I'll hang it behind me if we're right. Maybe I'll have John sign it. So again, lots of stuff going on. So, and finally, rolling recession. Rolling recession. This is something I think you're going to see a lot more discussion on. It is essentially where different industries feel the pain at different moments. It's not we shut the country down like the COVID recession. It's not like the 08-09 Great Recession where finance blew up and everything went to shit. A rolling recession is, wow, mortgage demand is down 83%, or refi demand. Wow, realtors have lost 34, 38, 40% of transactions. It is tech having down rounds and having layoffs. It is finance having meager bonuses. And we just kind of roll through this. For the general economy, a rolling recession is hopefully a blip, right? There's an old saying that the difference between a recession and a depression is a recession is when your neighbor is laid off, and a depression is when you are laid off. So I think a rolling recession is very likely. In fact, if you follow this channel, you know that I think we are in a rolling recession. I think next year GDP is down at least 3 of the 4 quarters, if not all 4, but rather shallow, kind of certainly sub 1.5% and probably sub 1% each quarter. Folks, that would be what a rolling recession is. And then finally, just kind of some housekeeping items since you were nice enough to be with me Monday, December 26th. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Like, subscribe, comment, be a part of One Rental at a Time, because we are all about doing the work and getting deals done. Let's congratulate some people who did the work. Mike, you are getting card 18 of 1,000. You just got your next deal. Chris and Michelle, you are card number 17 of 1,000. It is going out in the mail. Chris, you got a golden ticket. You are number 15 of 100. Yes, 15 of 100. Your golden ticket's going out. And then finally, Brian, you are number 14 of 100. Your golden ticket is going out in the mail. Folks, golden tickets are folks who get their first deal. These cards, which we are hoping to send 1,000 out, are for people that get their next deal. You can only get one of these, but you can get dozens of these. All you have to do is say that One Rental at a Time helped you somehow, some way. You do not need to be a student. You do not need to have the book. You do not need to follow me. Just, hey, you helped me. You gave me a right mindset. One of your experts spoke to me. I did the work and got a deal. I am a remarkably easy grader. If you think you deserve a card, I will probably send you one. And then finally, my amazing course, How to Get Started One Rental at a Time, today is $319. I have now added my mastermind, thanks to Millennial Mike, which is 8 hours of Q&A. It is there for you for free in the course in the bonus section. I will be raising the price to $399 because of that addition. I will do that probably in early January. January 3rd is what I'm thinking. But buy it. Get it today. Save $80. Why not? That's crazy not to save $80. And then most importantly, do yourself a favor. Join the Facebook group. The Facebook group is called One Rental at a Time Works. Introduce yourself. Folks, you're probably on holiday. At least I hope you are. Go to Facebook. Introduce yourself. Hi, my name is Michael Zuber. I finally bought the course, and I'm glad I'm here. I buy in California or Texas or whatever. You just never know. There are thousands of people in the course doing the work. Join it. As I've said, rule number 7 of the ORAT rules, which if you haven't gotten, you need to go get it on my website, is audit your network. Are they helping or hurting you? We are heading into a bear market and a recession. You need to get off those YouTube channels that are preaching fear. We don't need any more fear. There's huge opportunity. I have a shirt that says the tree of fear, the forest of opportunity. I am ecstatic for what is coming. I've already proven to you with 2 deals in 8 weeks that I speak what I do what I say. Yeah, folks, thank you very much. 77 amazing folks here. 22 thumbs up. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.